Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. Over there is Diamond Dave Damone. This is the Appleton Oak. That's the answer. I'm Mason Quinn. Folks, today we're jumping back into the world of Peaky Blinders. This is season 6, episode 3. This one's called Gold, just like the Oak's watch. Look, absolutely wild ride. I just want to get into it.
I don't want to see this end, but you know what, guys? God damn, do we look good. I'm ready, willing, and able to watch another episode of Peaky Blinders.
How do I even follow up the answer? Yeah, we've had a really solid start to season 6. Sad to be on the last one, but we might have a movie coming after, but that's down the road in any regard. Let's get to it.
Really don't want this season to end, or the series, but yeah, all good things come to an end. Let's go!
Hey, Steve, can I get a water?
Coming right up. Got a fresh pack right down here. Oh, my back. Oh.
Uh-oh. Looks like Steve's back just called it quits.
Some help would be good right about now.
Yeah, you're gonna need some help with that, Steve. Your injury could be worth millions. You should consider calling Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
With more than 1,000 lawyers and 4,000 case staff ready to fight for you if you become their client.
But Steve's worried. He doesn't have the cash to pay for expensive legal fees. Worry no more. Morgan & Morgan will fight for every penny you deserve. And guess what? The fee is absolutely free, unless you win. But Steve doesn't want to sue his boss, even though he hasn't gotten his surgery bills covered in the last 6 months. Steve, when you sue for an injury, you're not suing your boss. You're suing the insurance company.
So if you've been a victim in a workplace injury or any other personal injury, you can hit the link in the description to get Morgan & Morgan to fight for you.
Steve did, and now he's back in the game.
God, that breathing again.
Where's the doctor? I need to speak to a doctor.
Mr. Shelby, your daughter has consumption.
Oh.
There are procedures that must be followed. Please, hand over the child.
Where's my daughter? You hear me? I need to be with her. I need to be with my daughter!
Come. Well, they are X-ray, Ruby. They have to X-ray us because we might have it as...
Lizzie. Oh, me.
My husband is very sorry, and he's calm now.
He's recovering from addiction. Sometimes
He's a horse in a crate kicking the crate. It's just the crate I'm kicking. I'm sorry. Lizzie.
Yeah.
Tell me what I have to do.
This way, sir.
Sorry.
Damn, that was intense.
Check out these x-ray machines.
No kidding. Honest to God, I didn't know when X-rays were invented, so I didn't know this was even a thing at the time.
It's a very interesting setup.
Say what's inside. Wait till you see.
Mm-hmm.
God. God knows what's inside. God help.
Been smoking a lot of cigarettes, Tommy.
She has a tubercular infection in her left lung. They'll do more tests. They do this thing, pulmonary something, where they collapse the lung, let it rest. Sometimes the lung cures itself. If that doesn't work, they use gold.
Sometimes.
Gold.
Your gold salts. Doctor said he explained the methods to you when you cut the ribbon to open the institution.
Can't remember how I wasn't listening.
Title of the episode.
They say it helps, but it will make her more sick at first.
Do they say what the chances are?
They don't say. But she's small, and with TB that's not good because the disease is big and fast.
Hey.
X-ray's over in the right there.
I'm so sorry, my darling. I will deal with it. I will make it go away.
You should be wearing a mask.
I am.
Oh.
Ooh. Well, that line, huh?
You could try gold. I will try something else.
I think we know what that's going to be.
No, he did call for Esme last episode.
Ada, listen to me. I need you to be me in London. I know you want nothing to do with my business, but Ruby is very sick. I need 5 days of your time.
So she dresses well. Go to the door and take her coat.
Yes, ma'am.
Make a note of the label.
Of course, ma'am.
She is one of those keeping up with the Joneses.
Must be. Rolf. Believe they call that a fashionista.
Well, Mosley's probably giving her, like, free reign to buy, do whatever.
True. Well, remember, she had the money, too.
True.
No, Thomas, where the devil are you?
Oh, well,
I'm going to have to
he's
revisit
looking
that.
for someone.
I'm going to have to revisit that one.
How fast do you think he's going in that? How fast could he get?
It's about 45, 50 right now.
Pence.
Or not.
See running the...
Maybe he was just doing 25.
That's why I'm wondering.
If he's running the Motec exhaust and the nitrous.
Spoonheads?
Spoon engines.
Spoon engines.
Mrs. Ada Thorne, ma'am.
I thought you were all called Shelby.
Oh, I'm a widow.
Well, my husband didn't have the good grace to die. He lingers yet.
Jesus. Wow.
I think the causes of poverty are a little more complex than that.
Yes, I believe it is to do with genetics.
Huh. Beautiful vase.
My grandfather stole it from a brothel in Cairo.
Egyptian. The 18th dynasty, I think.
How do you know so much about Egyptian vases?
I collect antiques.
A tribe of gypsies settles on a clearing in a factory town.
Huh.
Of course, ensue in their hundreds, but one of them becomes a gangster and a politician, the other a collector of antiques. It is quite extraordinary.
A result of genetics, I think. Isn't it wonderful how time changes everything? Where is the American?
He'll be here later.
Where's Mosley?
He heard Thomas wasn't coming, so he decided to sulk. You know how men are. Where is Thomas?
His daughter is sick.
Does he not employ a governess?
It's a class thing. A genetic.
Even the business of changing the world.
I thought today was purely social.
Now that it's just you, I suppose it will be.
Wow. This dialogue between these two is great.
Thomas is the man on the horse on the vase. That's why I put it out for you to look at.
According to recent interpretations, the Black Rider on 18th Dynasty vases is meant to signify approaching death. So, yes, I suppose it resembles Thomas. Oh, because he's a character in a novel, of course. One of those novels ladies like you like to read, all about wild men.
I read only pornography and politics.
Oh, jeez.
In the absence of the men, shouldn't we ladies be engaging in small talk?
Very well. Small talk.
I mean, Ada could have mentioned, the war he participated in, but I assume she already knows that.
You know I like women as well as men.
That's the small talk.
All right, then.
A lady in Eaton Square, as coarse and honest as an Aston.
Just realised I haven't even offered you a drink.
I would not drink anything that she has.
Well,
When the time comes for the great cleansing, I myself will personally argue the case that the Jews must be dealt with, but that the gypsies should be spared.
is that right?
Let's drink whiskey and wait for the American.
Jesus.
I feel like I need a drink too after that dialogue.
That was dirty. That's pretty dirty.
Well, for all.
Yeah.
That's good.
Some Shelby family whiskey right there.
It's actually iced tea.
Well, it is most certainly not.
It is not.
That's for the folks at YouTube.
You could say old-fashioned on YouTube. It's not going to get flagged.
No, I thought you couldn't drink booze.
Well, people do it quite a bit.
Whoa.
You don't know?
I'm the owner of this cold pistol. I'm looking for Esme Shelby Lee.
Never heard of her.
Mandy comes to Pukatalaki Carnacy.
Esme's husband was a And dirty, did it, Coy? He was a Peaky Blinder.
Yeah? Well, I'm the elder and more terrible. What is she?
Ah, crap. He's got money.
Yep. Easy way or the hard way?
Oh, boy.
Is this her?
She's going to lay into him. Big right hook.
Hey!
Put your gun away, Thomas. There's children around. You only found me because I let you find me.
Yep.
I heard you were looking, and I'm curious.
Any of these men is your man. Please tell him I want no trouble.
I don't have a man. What's use as a man? Horse pulls the wagon. Dog keeps me safe. And if anyone's going to give you trouble, Tommy Shelby, it'll be me.
Oh, Esme, we missed you.
What do you think I'm in charge here?
Oh, I'm sure of it, Esme. I have a daughter, Esme. She's fallen ill suddenly. She's very sick. And I can tell by saying her name and looking in your eyes that I've wasted petrol, time and hope.
Wasted petrol on what? Tommy Shelby at OBE MP, running around the mountains in pursuit of a gypsy curse, is that it?
Pretty much.
Ollie is dead. He still speaks to me in my dreams. It was her who told me come find you.
Polly.
The legend.
My daughter is dying, Esme. Some people go to France. To Lourdes, I hear they sell trinkets. I need more than trinkets. I can tell from your reaction this is not your doing. Sorry for troubling you.
Oh, did he really think that?
You got to get confirmation sometimes. You can't just assume.
Yeah.
And he's done that quite a bit. Getting confirmation, that is.
He also says in answer to your inquiry, Diana, that the coat our exotic friend is wearing is made by Chanel. It's a very expensive label.
Yes, it is. But the perfume I can smell on you is very cheap.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Mostly clears throat.
Would the sister like some more champagne?
The sister is here because there's sickness in the family. And please remember that in this moment, in this room, it is the Shelby family that holds the power, because we have the information and the incentives that will make Mr. Nelson do what you require him to do. So when I speak, please keep your mouths closed.
Oh!
I am actually quite good at this.
Yes.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he's here.
Okay, so before these dull
that's
introductions
with her
begin, I just have to tell you something that my niece Gina just told me.
Oh, Jack.
Who he is, a Shelby.
Oh, Ada.
Well, not
Is it true?
technically.
Gina?
Hello, Ada. Michael sends his regards.
I did some research. You're communist once, but diamonds and lipstick now.
Actually, I'm a socialist.
She's Mr. Shelby's political advisor.
And you're the future Prime Minister of Great Britain and its dominions.
Indeed, I am.
And you, Lady Diana Mitford. Talk of London with amphetamines and emeralds.
Oh, Jesus.
Ada, do you have a man?
My husband died, but of course we speak often.
Between this sparkling conversation, could I get a drink of some kind?
So this little kid, Gina, she runs out. She marries a gangster.
Oh, Jack, please, you're so blunt.
Just say it first and then clear up the broken glass with my bare hands.
Oh, boy.
He's been unavoidably detained.
Nothing's unavoidable.
His daughter is unwell.
He doesn't have a wife?
You know, I did some research on you too, Mr. Nelson.
Ada here is the smart one of the family.
I learned that when you were young, you lost a brother and a sister to consumption.
Oh, shit, we're going to go there.
Yeah.
No ice?
Well, that same awful illness has entered our family.
No ice.
And you see, Thomas has very little faith in current medical practices regarding tuberculosis.
Man, he has that right.
Experimental work that he hopes will save the life of his daughter.
In his shoes, I would do the same thing. Your brother intrigues me.
He often has that effect on people.
And my future husband has that effect on 20 million people in this country who attend his rallies and listen to his broadcasts.
It's amazing what English upper-class women can do with just skin, bone, and arrogance. Michael told me the sister had gone straight.
Yes, but her brother is the sun. The rest just orbit around him.
Gina tells me lots of things, but I want to hear it from you, Ada. What exactly does the Shelby Company Limited do?
That's a loaded question.
What would you say
much
you
time
do
do you
here?
have? Dude, when
Get yourself a pen and a pad and
when Jack entered that room, that energy really changed in that room.
Yes, it did.
I mean, it was one level with the ladies.
Yep.
Then it just everyone brought their A game on that one. Took out the spark plug.
Thought it was just the British electronics.
You used to have eyes in the back of your head. How can you change so much and not change at all?
I've other lines of inquiry. Give me the spark plug. Give me the spark plug.
Give you the spark, give you hope. Is that what you want?
Please.
Mandy Jane's view pal of the cover. Something you should see. Someone dead, someone grieving. Lot of hate against you. You were wise to come to me, Thomas. Open the bonnet with you.
What hate? What hate? What grieving?
Yeah, that was some interesting
A lot of riddles.
tidbits there. And I love how she called him out, saying you have eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah, you should have caught
You
this.
used to be able to just pop the hood and put a spark plug in just like that.
It's like back in the day.
I can't explain where it is you have to go, so I'll take you there. I hope the suspension's good. Go to a wild place.
Oh boy.
The delivery by her on that was fantastic. Just that dry, soulless look.
Yep.
Mrs. Thorne, Mr. Shelby isn't here. He's gone up a mountain looking for a miracle.
No one is allowed to go in if he's not here.
Just bring me the keys. All of the keys.
All of them.
Ada's like, I deserve a medal for this shit. She's the glue right now.
Yeah.
oh,
That meeting does not happen without her.
Without her.
And then what happens if that doesn't happen?
Until Mr. Shelby comes down off his mountain, I'm in charge.
Yes, Mrs. Thorne.
All right.
still checking. Was it?
There you go. Oh, I thought she was going to put her feet on the desk.
What are you two doing? Like,
Checking the time.
clearly.
Yeah, we're in sync with Ada right now.
Jesus Christ.
You chill out over there, Oak. Take a sip or something.
Oh.
Damn it. See the Black Star? That was in season 1 too, by the way, folks. And Polly did it too.
Yeah, February 5th.
Well, no, the Black Star has meaning.
Yeah.
Boy, check out that animal she's wearing. It's
Fur.
something else.
Mick, I've got to go. The boss's sister is here.
Hey, there he is.
5 days. I'm not boss's sister. I'm the boss.
When you lose your head, when you can't control yourself, young people say it. Arthur gets them 3 times a day.
It smells in here.
Arthur sleeps on the floor.
On your feet.
A lot of precautions.
Yeah, a lot of.
Tommy likes you, Isaiah.
Believe I'm suited to this life.
I'm not so sure about you.
Oh, what?
The sale of the stolen opium is being organised by a union convener called Hayden Stagg. In the envelope, you'll find details of where to find him and what to do to him when you do.
Do to him?
That's
There's
what
no
she
black
said.
star on the envelope.
I decided not.
You decided.
The name of the perfume is Know Your Place, Soldier.
10 days clean, I'm going to take him into a warehouse full of opium.
Can be your job to look after him.
Better bring a leash.
No one would dare with Arthur Shelby.
But they would with me.
Keep him clean. Deal with Hayden Stagg. Bring Arthur back in one piece, and in return, I won't tell Tommy that you're laying private bets on races that we've fixed.
Oh.
Just trying to make a few extra pennies. Buy that birthday present for my girlfriend.
That's why she is the way she is towards him.
Well, we were wondering if Isaiah was going to move up the ranks.
Stealing a little money on this. Well, it's not stealing, but doing
Just
some.
getting some extra pennies.
Yeah, it's not
doing
good.
too much.
That could come back to him.
Lock the door, Lizzie. There are people around here who start drinking this early in the morning. Tommy says it's just in one lung.
No, I don't think it's in both.
Oh.
Moving quickly. They collapsed the left lung, but it made no difference. Starting to run the gold swords tomorrow.
Hey.
Have you given up, Lizzie?
No, I'm being strong at her bedside on my own. Tommy is up in the mountains to be among the gypsies.
Trying to get answers, though.
And he's not around at the hospital. All he wants to do is fight people and blame himself, and I've never felt so ashamed of him cry, because right now I need a normal man.
That's fair, too.
Hey, you're in the wrong industry for that.
It's not a normal man.
Well, she's saying for this particular moment, though.
All right.
It's 1934, and the doctors know what it is. They know what causes it. But oh no, my husband, he knows better. Not a normal man, your brother. He's up in the mountains with horse thieves and sorcerers while I'm here on my own. Not a normal man.
Again, in fairness, though, he's trying to get some answers.
Yep. I think they brought in an extra sound editor just for the sounds of cigarettes being dragged on and going out. We need a cigarette guy.
Just have a microphone with someone smoking.
There he is.
Oh, look at it.
Oh, has he got a...
Oh, because he had a bow tie on.
Big stack of cash?
He does look better. I mean, the first 2 episodes, he was just a wreck.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, Arthur. I'll look after you. And Ada said it'd be okay if I recruited my cousins off the streets of Allen Rock and looking for the big time.
Ooh, some heavy hitters.
One looks like it could be his twin brother.
I wonder if that was him.
These guys look motivated.
Let's go.
I have a feeling Isaiah's going to come in clutch for Arthur.
Well, he's come in clutch before.
Well, this is a different circumstance. So he has
True.
Ada giving him a ton of heat.
Oh.
Didn't even need help.
He knows his knots.
I find out you've been wasting my time. I use that rope to yeah.
She just smirks.
I wonder if that was like, there he is, kind of smirk.
What's your orders? I'm depending on you. Let me tell you something. Any man who looked like this before, the Peaky Blinder. Peaky Blinder still looks like this.
There's the shot.
It's go time.
Well, the beating is supposed to be civil.
Arthur, though.
He's a good man. He even said it.
He's a good man, Linda.
We are here to meet a gentleman called Hayden Stagg.
A gentleman.
Jesus, did Isaiah get taller? I feel like
Yeah, he hit his growth spurt.
Never
I meant
there
like
when
from
you
the
need him.
previous scene. Feels like he grew another couple inches.
That might be him right there. Sitting right there.
Head of the table.
Any man who comes home from a mission with all his bullets, he pays a fine.
My name's Hayden Stagg.
Hey!
I was in the banana
Just
warehouse
saw him in
playing
Venom.
football with the boys.
Well,
Venom 3.
yeah, I know, but only had a little bit of a part versus Venom 2. He had a lot more.
We're here about all the business. We like to call it Black Star business.
Black Star pub, is it?
Yeah, the Black Star's a pub. Last pub you ever fucking drinking.
Peaky Blinders take you to the Black Star, and all your troubles are done.
But the pub you drinking, Mr. Stagg, it's called the Dolphin, right? Every night. You're in there. Not to drink. You're there divvying up today's takings, aren't you? And there's a woman there. She sings out, "Open for stuff." Oh.
Take a seat.
Sit down, boys. The rules say the king puts his head on the block and the game's up.
You're stealing from the Shelby Company Limited. You're stealing from the Peaky Blinders, man. Therefore, punishment is a visit to the Black Star pub. But out of kindness, in my heart, since it's been commuted, praise the Lord. And our lovely Ada, eh? Instead, Mr. Hayden Stagg, it's just a beating for you.
Arthur Shelby, is it, yeah? Well, comrade, beneath your sleeves lies the truth. The marks on your arm. Stories about you come up the canal. You know, where once you walk fine alone. Now you need a stick.
I just do it, Arthur.
He's calling him out.
In 1924, before I realised the war was over, there's a warehouse full of it just across the yard there where the boys play football. And they steal it, roll around laughing, and it floats in the air. And I'm strong, comrade.
Arthur, let's just do it.
He's gonna take him out.
It's me that's you're beat, but it's me who feels sorry for you, Mr. Shelby, because you take your beating every hour of every day. Your own blood betrays you because it demands dilution. Sometimes you want to cut a doorway in your arm so your blood can escape.
Oh, this guy is calling him out.
I was once where you are now, Arthur.
Oh, no.
But look at me as a man you can be.
He's actually trying to help him. Holy shit.
I know. This is
He
what's...
looked you up and down and he shook his head. You
This
loved
is
once.
heavy, guys.
Your wife. Your kids.
He's gonna smoke him. There's no way this ends good.
Oh, don't build mountains. Walk like it's a flat plane. Easy step by easy step.
Yep, game over.
Just give me the word. You do it.
Arthur, you can't do it.
Arthur, I'm not going to ask you twice.
Leave him alone. No.
Stand down.
Holy shit. What kind of...
Oh, you can steal from the Shelbys without repercussions.
Oh, let's go. Come on. More Julia. Go out. Go out.
Well, this isn't going to go well.
That happened in front of a group of people. I wonder what kind of trickle effect that's going to have.
That's not gonna bode well for the Shelby name.
Yeah.
Gypsy graveyard.
You can still read the signs. No horse to go beyond here, we'll have to walk.
Somebody's grave it is.
You'll see. Who knows what you'll see.
Oh, boy.
Is it his?
But done bad things, Esme.
They think now you've been punished for them.
I would like to make amends.
You want to lift every curse anyone's ever put on you. That's a lot of lifting. My own curse is in there somewhere.
I'm discovering kindness. I'm learning it from my children.
Do you ever think you've lost your mind, Thomas?
Long ago.
I know why you're here.
They're great again.
You think you can make a deal even with death? Well, soon you'll be in the right place to do it. The village disappeared, church fell down.
Oh.
And you'll still use the graveyard. You recall a sapphire?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She took the stone back to her camp.
I warned her about it, but she took it anyway.
She gave the sapphire to her sister, Evadne Barwell. Evadne put the stone around the neck of her daughter, little girl. Straight away, the little girl began to cough.
Yep. It's cursed.
She died that night. 7 years old.
Well, remember, he got confirmation.
Yep.
That it,
I heard they threw the sapphire in the river. No one's ever gone to look for it. I'm guessing it'll be the girl's mother who laid the curse. Only women can lay curses. Perhaps she waited till your little girl was 7, so you'd know how it feels.
Oh.
Tommy, perhaps the treatment will work and your daughter will live. Science is winning everything these days, even against the angels.
Not sure Tommy believes that.
I will find this Evadne Barwell, and I will give her money to take back this curse.
You only found me because I wanted to be found. And the Barwells roam from the border to the sea.
I will give her £10,000 more, anything. You will put out word, Esme. You will put out word, I will put out word, and I will find her. And instead of this poor wooden cross...
Tommy!
oh, shit.
Now that I'm without whiskey, I can hear the spirits clearly, and they're saying that Ruby will be well if I make amends. That is the conversation.
If you want my help, I'll help you, Thomas, if you also pay me. Pay me, and I'll help you to find her.
I will pay you.
But I don't want money.
Ah, there it is.
Instead of money, give me gold.
Yes, I will give you gold.
In certain times, gold is always certain.
I will give you gold, and you will help me find this woman, and she will spare my daughter.
Wow. Everybody is just cracking up this episode.
That was a wild exchange. A lot went down there.
Lizzie!
Where are you? Where are you?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
She's gone to me.
Oh. Oh, my God.
It's now 5:70. You weren't near, were you? Were you? It was before then, and she was here, then she was gone. Now she's gone to where they've put the dead. They put her with the dead people. She was asking just now for you.
Oh.
I told her that she looked. I gave her your kiss goodbye.
Wow. Oh.
What an end.
I had a feeling.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to find something, right, to prolong it.
You need, yeah.
Wow.
And now, what sort of Tommy are we going to see now?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
We saw him kind of go off the rails when he lost
Yep.
Grace.
Yep.
And now he lost Ruby.
So is
all because of that cursed sapphire. Do you think?
Yeah,
and I was going to say though too, real quick. Do you think it was anything to do with him desecrating the grave?
Well,
Because
maybe
he
we'll get
pulled
answers.
out their cross and he threw it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get some answers in the next
Yeah, I
episode,
mean,
but-
ravine.
Yeah, I mean, you have to figure out the time frame when they said it was 5:17. But I mean, honestly, this whole episode, all the people who used to be strong are just breaking. Arthur's breaking, Tommy's breaking, even Lizzie's breaking, and they're
Well,
all.
Arthur was already broke.
Yeah, but we're really seeing it here where he didn't do his job. He broke from doing his job, what he's always done, what he's supposed to do. And
well, he's actually done it before,
you know-
right? With the teacher, he let that one go along with John. Arthur could have said, "Hey, no, John, she's part of it," but he
came back to bite him in the ass.
That came back more on John than it did Arthur. But there's been moments,
Right. But, definitely just completely broken to the point where Arthur has to be locked in a safe so that he doesn't go and do the things that they need him not to do to stay alive. So, I mean, that's this whole episode, man. What a downer. I mean, it really was. I mean, normally we watch Peaky Blinders, there's so much intensity, and this is for me anyhow. There's usually so much intensity, and, whether it's cat and mouse or Tommy's trying to figure something out, or they got their backs against the wall and they're trying to figure something out. Here, it's just like everything's just not working for him. Like I said, Arthur's all but useless. He's nothing more than a name at this point. That's why Ada sent him with Isaiah, because he's Arthur Shelby, not because he can even do anything, but because of his name. I thought that was very telling. And, when Ada came back, obviously she took control, which was on one hand kind of fun to see. And even when she had the scene with Mosley and Diane, she was able to throw her weight around a little bit. It was almost like, the way it seemed like to me, Ada was like, I'm over this. Yeah, I'll come through and I'll play your game. And here's the deal. I'm not taking any of your BS. I'm laying it out like it is. I'm not going to play the little games and get into the class warfare, and they're talking about genetics, and Ada's just not about it. She's just like, this is how it's going to be, take it or leave it. We've got more power because Jack is here on our behalf, essentially because of us, to give you what you want. So I really liked her in this scene, somebody who at times has had to be strong, but normally had to take a back seat. And here she really ramped it up and was basically in charge of the whole episode. And Tommy's just looking for answers at this point. He's not himself. He's not the Tommy Shelby that we're used to seeing, where he's been broken before pretty hard, but found ways to come back. And in this episode, I just don't know if I got the vibe that he's coming back. Answer, you asked, what kind of Tommy Shelby are we going to get now that he's, it goes one of two ways. Either, a wounded animal is the most dangerous when you back it into a corner, or, the idea that somebody who's lost everything has nothing left to lose. Yeah. Or do you go the other way and he's lost everything? He sees that everything he's done is for nothing. Now, granted, he still has a son, but the way he's grieving right now, he must feel like, why? It's like those shots he had when he was in the house of previous seasons and the family was being taken away. And there's Tommy in this big ass house, but with nothing. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what is he working for? Everything he thought he was working for. It feels to me like it's hollow and empty for him at this point. So just a crazy episode that really seemed very different from a lot of all the other episodes from previous seasons that we've seen.
Yeah, it seems like there was like, other than maybe that scene with Ada and them there was like no real intensity. Because even when Arthur was in there and we're getting, all right, here we go, we're getting ready for the big hit.
Yeah.
Well, then, you know, Stagg just talked to him like, hey, I was there. And like, it seemed like he slowly just took all the intensity in that scene and like whittled Arthur down to just, you know, a shell of himself because he had been, you know,
he decelerated
Arthur. Yeah. But, you know, because, Arthur had been using so much opium. Like, he could see, he's like, I saw what's on your arms. There's stories of you coming up the canal. Because he knew that Arthur was this crazed man, always taking whatever narcotic he could. And they're locking him in the cell. He's sleeping on the floor. So that way he doesn't go down to Chinatown, because that's where he was getting everything. And, like, as we saw in the one episode, there's no way he could be down there. And he was there, you know, in a booth, taking opium. And but this episode just was hard hitting because of, you saw that Tommy, you know, obviously he's always going to go to whatever length he can to be right or to win. Like, he went all the way on the top of a mountaintop only for it to not happen. So I want to know as far as where the timestamp was when he pulled out that cross of the little girl and threw it into the ravine, where he was just like, I'll give her the whole Nelson ravine. I just need to find her mother. I'll give her 10,000 pounds and just order her to lift the curse. What was that in order to when Ruby did pass on?
Well,
because I know Lizzie's saying 517.
517 now.
Yeah, so just now.
517 now.
So it could have also been, like Esme was saying, like, she put it on for 7 years and maybe she wanted your daughter to go 7 years. I don't know. But that's what he believes in, what he believes was right and what could have possibly prevented it. And, like, where she was saying the whole episode, I need a normal man that believes in the science and is there for me to help me get through it and not snap on everyone, fight everyone. So now I'm wondering, with the next episode, how is Tommy going to be? Because like you said, what's his mind thinking? Because he's backed in the corner, but then also he might not care anymore. He might not be thinking clearly anymore. Because he had plans where it was going to go A, B, C, D. And now and especially with what Arthur did, where they didn't do anything to Stagg, and like you mentioned it, it'll probably make the cut where they're going to hear that and they're like, hey, we can just take whatever we want from Shelby, no repercussions. You guys go take some more buckets.
Well, part of Thomas's thinking too is because she was spitting out those gypsy riddles or whatever. So in his head, he needed someone like Polly to help decipher, kind of work through it a little bit, because that's where his mindset was at. So I understand what Tommy was trying to do. All right, I know this because she said this. This is where I got to go. Obviously, the doctors saw another thing. So that's what Lizzie was working on, because Lizzie already said flat out, I don't know, I don't speak gypsy, which means I don't know anything about the gypsy stuff, right?
Yep.
So at least in my eyes, Lizzie was being with the doctors because that's what she understood. Of
course.
Tommy was working with the gypsy stuff because that's what he understood. So it's like, you can't really fault Tommy because he was doing what he thought was right too. Same with Lizzie. I mean, I understand what she was saying. Like, I want a normal man for this instance, which she's totally fair to say, 100%, because she needed support too. Because she walked into, she was
there by herself.
Yeah, she was just telling Ada, I can't fall apart. Because if I do, it just all comes
strong
apart.
for Ruby.
Yeah,
be strong for Ruby.
boy.
So I mean, it's kind of cool how the writing came into this, because it makes you sit in that fork in the road of those two paths, and you just look down and you understand this one, you look down and you understand that one, but which one would you kind of walk down in?
Because Tommy thinks he's always got the answers, no matter what, whether he's right or wrong in the end. He thinks he has the answer.
It's kind of showing that for the most part.
I mean, he's batting 800, but I mean, come on.
Well, he's been taking some L's. The whole thing with Mosley that completely fell apart. He thought he had it all figured out, couldn't figure it out.
Well, it was figured out, but he didn't know about the snitch.
Yeah, he didn't know about the snitch. That's what I'm saying. Tommy's taking those L's, and this goes all the way back to the first season where he's trying to swim with the big sharks. He's not ready. He gets knocked down a peg. He's got to level up. Then he wins. Then he moves on to the next boss to essentially.
But now he is the big boss.
It's
just now it's a little. Well, no, Ada even said it. They hold the power because right now Jack.
Well,
but I see what you're saying.
But,
no, but right now, though, like, he's the big fish for the most part. Take Mosley, because Mosley's not even really
that's
that big
why
of a factor
that's why
now.
Tommy's working for who he's working for to try to undermine.
Right,
Mosley
he's trying to
everybody.
do that, and he's trying to use Jack as that pawn to help accelerate that plan.
Yeah.
But
just wild.
Yeah, I've always throughout the first 5 and now into the 6th season enjoyed, hypothesizing and trying to predict what might happen and how things are going to play out. But after this, I have no idea. I'm just along for the ride at this point. I don't even want to pretend like I know what's going to happen next. I mean, Tommy, obviously we lost John. We lost Paul much more recently, Aberama Gold. I mean, we lost and now his daughter. So, I mean, you can't even begin to pretend how he's or pretend to imagine how somebody else is going to handle that in their situation. His beliefs are definitely caused a lot of issues between him and Lizzie. Of course, Lizzie's kind of the let the doctors and science do their thing, and Tommy had his big belief in gypsies, and to people who don't believe in that sort of thing, it may sound silly, but those are his beliefs, and he was doing what he thought was best. And I think at the end of the day, we have to remember that he was genuinely doing what he felt was best, however crazy it may sound. So I don't know what direction Tommy's going to take after this. I mean, losing a brother, obviously, I can't speak on those grounds because I haven't ever had to deal with that. Losing an aunt, obviously very difficult. I've been there, but losing a child is just a whole different level of pain that I don't think anybody can comprehend until you went through it. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Arthur, obviously, what a twist for Arthur. He had somebody connect with him, I think, on a much different level than he's had anybody connect with him before, and I think that's what we saw there. Because with Linda, it was like,
he crushed that elevator pitch because he had about 30 seconds to save his ass.
Well,
and he pulled it off.
With Linda, it was religion, and look, a lot of people when they have whatever problems may they be with your life, a lot of people turn to religion, and for a lot of people that helps. People turn to family, and look. He's had family say, look, you need to get your shit together. He's had Tommy be there for him and supportive. But it feels like this is the first person who's really come to him, said, I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like. You have to take, one step, one foot in front of the other. And it impacted Arthur in a way that we haven't seen him impacted, in the entire 6 seasons that the show has happened. So, I have, again, zero predictions how anything moves forward here at all. We really didn't get much from Michael this episode. Of course, the scene between Uncle Jack and Mosley was quite interesting. Those same kind of really powerful scenes with the incredible dialogue that we're used to. But yeah, I mean, look. Is this where Ada takes over for a lot more than 5 days? I mean, is that what happens here? Because she stepped right in and said, okay, I'm the boss. I'm not the sister for the next 5 days. I'm the boss. I make the rules. And I guess if I do have to make any sort of predictions as to, where the show's going to go or what direction it's heading, that would be the prediction I made, is that moving forward, Ada has a much larger role because Arthur's not taking the role of the enforcer anymore, and Tommy presumably is going to be a mess.
Well, the thing with Tommy is, I can almost see where he's coming from because he's not a doctor. What's he going to do? I mean, he feels like if there's a chance that he can do something with the gypsies and the curse, or maybe lift the curse or find some medicine or whatever, he might as well try it because he's not doing any good sitting in a hospital, so he thinks, because the doctors are doing their thing. I mean, all he can do is sit in a chair and wait for something to happen.
Well, this isn't the first time with the gypsy stuff either. I mean, we've had 5 seasons with him teaching us about Aunt Paul and what she's done with her history, and Tommy being part of that history. So it's not a first time.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why it fits that he would try to go do that, because it's not Tommy to just sit in a hospital and wait for something that's not in his control. Let somebody else do it for him. That's not his style.
But it probably would have had she not been talking gypsy. What else would he be doing then? Because, again...
Well, that's what I'm saying. He'd be sitting in a hospital doing nothing.
Well,
the doctors would be doing their thing. Yeah. Yes, he'd be
That's
comforting
what he would
Lizzie,
be doing if there wasn't gypsies,
but
is what I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because Tommy's such a hands-on guy. I have to do it. I have to make it work. He couldn't possibly just sit back and put his daughter's life in the hands of the doctors. He felt he had to try something, anything, regardless of how slim the chances might be. But that was wild.
Yeah, that was a...
But yeah, I don't know what you guys think about Ada. I don't know. See, that's an interesting take, Oak, about her kind of being the boss for a little bit more, because it felt to me like she was almost annoyed having to come in there and do the task.
Well, it seemed like
it's not the task. I mean, she's made it clear that she's annoyed being the sister, labeled the sister. She's annoyed that she's consistently called Shelby, even though she's a thorn. You know, so that she's clearly made it possible. And probably third on that list is yes, I have to come and.
Well, that's what I'm.
Tommy.
Yeah, well that's what I mean. When I say she's annoyed with the task, I mean she's annoyed with everything she had to do in the episode. How she has to come in and do this,
and fix
and essentially
things
save
that
the day.
weren't
Yet
going well.
Yet, in contrast, that with the way she had been maybe treated in the past, she's like, "Oh, here I have to come in to save the day." I thought I was out of this mess, regardless of how comfortable she might be living now.
Yeah,
you know, because they did bring that up in the meeting too.
Kind of fixed some things, but maybe she had a hand in breaking Arthur there with just be nice with Stagg instead of taking him out.
Yeah, with Isaiah and the defensive line of the New York Giants that he went to go see that guy with. It's like, here's all the heavies coming in, man. That was wild.
That made Arthur look tiny.
Yeah.
With this episode 2, I'm really intrigued to see how, like you guys are, how Tommy is going to go forward. That's a massive hole for any parent to get that news. It's one thing to get it when you're there next to him, I think, right? Haven't been in that position, hopefully never will. But I got to imagine it's one thing. It's one big hit in front of you when you're right there next to the child. I imagine it's a whole different hit when you are just pulling up and you've been gone all day, night, whatever, and then your wife is coming out, or husband, partner, significant other, is coming out and saying, "Where the fuck were you?" The child just passed. You know, I got to imagine that will leave a hole in 99.9% of people who are in that position. So when that happened, I felt like hit a brick wall. Like, it's not as bad as Tommy, but it was just like, holy shit, trying to put myself in that spot. I don't know what I would do, or how numb I would probably be in that moment. So hearing her, I was right there with you guys when she came busting out through that door saying, "Where the fuck were you?" I was really, really saying to myself, please don't.
Yeah, she wouldn't be doing that if everything was fine.
Yeah. Or I was thinking maybe there's a slight chance that it's like one tick left. Tommy, where the fuck are you? She's right. This is going to happen here. Go say goodbye or whatever, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, and to that point, just real quick, when you have an individual like Tommy who doesn't take no for an answer, he does what he wants all the time, and this is something he can't control.
I was going to say real quick, too, the line was when she said, "I gave her your goodbye kiss." To her.
Yeah, I mean, that whole thing that Lizzie here just had to deliver was, I can't imagine anyone hearing that and then feeling that. As far as Arthur goes, like you were saying, Dave, his brothers never hit that kind of level with him. Never once. It was always just, hey, soldier up. Maybe one little sprinkle from Tommy. I know a couple episodes ago he just gave him that letter, which I'm not 100% sure if that was really Linda or if it was just a motivation letter to try to turn Arthur around because he was a wreck. So now seeing that, I'm happy that happened to Arthur where it hit. But now on a Peaky Blinders situation, because Ada, they put that line in there for a reason of Ada saying Arthur's feared. Who's Isaiah? You know?
Yeah. Isaiah who?
And now that happened in front of 7 guys who now can spread because they put that line in there again. You know, it's coming up the river. You know about you, Arthur.
Up the canal.
And how you are lately. 7 guys just saw Arthur just kind of do this.
He's not the same guy anymore.
After threatening, hey, you are stealing from the Peaky Blinders. So on the one hand, happy that Arthur was able to connect a little bit on that. But now what's going to happen on the flip side of that with the reputation, so to speak. And I wonder if Isaiah's probably going to kind of get one now.
Well, they
within
said
the
he
Peaky
was
Blinders, but it was good to see Isaiah get some action here, though. A little bit.
They said Arthur was 10 days sober.
10 days.
Because remember he said to Linda 2 weeks is what Tommy told him he had to be clean.
2 weeks and then
that's
get
him
another
10
letter.
days in.
10 days. So going to be interesting there. I love Ada's performance in here. The battle between Ada and God, what's Finnick's girlfriend's wife's name?
Finnick. Diana, isn't it?
Diana, Dirty Diana. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I
Michael
know.
Jackson, Dirty
We
Diana. With with Ada and Dirty D here, those dialogues were very, very interesting, very fun. I did like the roller coaster ride we were taking. Basically the body shots they were doing to each other. Terrific dialogue there, and I felt like Uncle Jack was a little too loose.
Yeah,
coming in there.
He seemed pretty chill. I was expecting him to come in a lot more
serious,
a lot more, serious. He sat. They showed him like leaning back in the chair.
Kept the letter.
Yeah.
That compared to what we got in that huge church cathedral, hopefully I said it right, to now, like that was straight-laced Jack setting a tone, and then he comes, well, where's Tommy? You know, just all relaxed. And
it was almost like what am I doing here? Why are you wasting my time? If we're not going to accomplish anything, why are we here? But I did love the physical acting by Ada, how she just kind of sat back in the chair and just threw it right back at Diana, and like couldn't be bothered, and just nothing fazed her. That was great.
Yeah, Diana was definitely trying to get under her skin as much as she could.
Just the way she sat. She was sitting there, total confidence, total you can't touch me.
And I know Diana said she did some research on Ada, but I don't think she was expecting. I think with that research that she did she was hoping to get under Ada's skin and see what she could do, but it didn't happen, didn't work. If anything, Diana was getting a little bit more flustered, so to speak.
Right back at her.
I think Ada's learned too to never show weakness, and she'll never show weakness to anybody around her just because she obviously don't want to do that.
Yeah, I mean she's been through it, so
yeah, and it was great to see Esme, by the way, too. Great to see her back in the
and her
series
reaction
here.
to hearing about Paulie. So.
Yeah, I forgot all about that.
They had a good rapport together as well.
Yep.
By order of Diamond Dave, this episode, another great episode. We have 3 left. I don't want it to see it go, but this has been amazing. Hopefully you all enjoying it as much as we are. So for Appleton Oak, Diamond Dave, that's Mason Quinn. I'm of course Answer. We'll catch you in the next one, pals.